Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Paramount Plus's new series, Kamp Koral SpongeBob's Underyears. And this is a spin-off show for SpongeBob SquarePants, which, a kid who grew up in the 90s into the early 2000s, SpongeBob is everywhere. Memes everywhere. And, it was a big thing on Nickelodeon, and now with Paramount Plus launching, they're trying to take a new, fresh look. SpongeBob is in 3D, and now he's a kid at his camp. And you have him and Patrick and Sandy and Squidward and Mr. Krabs, and also, which was interesting about Kamp Koral, and obviously I've watched Season 1, Part 1, because they've only dropped the first 6 episodes of the season. The other 7 will get dropped at some point. Pet peeve of mine when they don't drop whole seasons of shows. Like, if you're going to make a season, make it a season. Make it 6 episodes. If the next thing's going to be Season 2, that's fine. Make it 7 episodes. But why split them up? Just some faults. But anyway, you have this show. Obviously, like, Patrick and Sandy and SpongeBob are kids. Mr. Krabs and Squidward are, like, camp counselors and, like, chefs and stuff like that. And you have a whole bunch of, like, random SpongeBob characters who are popping up. And one of my favorite popping up here is Kid Ferratu. They literally had Nosferatu come back after that silly SpongeBob cameo where he's, like, flicking the switch on and off, and it's just like, oh, Nosferatu. Yes, Kid Ferratu is here, floating around, and I'm just like, what is this? It's SpongeBob. And that's what SpongeBob is. And obviously it's not the original creator of SpongeBob. Unfortunately, he passed away. But I feel like this show captures the spirit of original SpongeBob. It's not quite... There's definitely that surreal weirdness to SpongeBob that has been there from the start, and definitely has had an influence on things like Chowder and Flapjack, and you just have those weird things. And like in this one, there's a guy in a gorilla suit hanging out in the middle of, like, the pond, which also they continue very heavily the absolute lack of any sense of, like, there's a lake in this ocean. There is terrible rain in this ocean. Doesn't make any sense, but it's SpongeBob, but we just let it go. And obviously it's like they do have some more kiddier humor, like the little kid kind of stuff, but there's also some fun, endearing, and crazy romps that they go on, like SpongeBob and Patrick trying to get their friendship badges and befriend all the weird, creepy kids in the middle of the night, including Kid Ferratu. And they also... You're basically retconning how all these characters met, because they had explanations in the original show, and they just threw that away so we could have Kamp Koral. And there's one particular reveal that I'm just like, that's bold, that's interesting, does it make any sense? Not quite, but I guess we're going to go with it. But in general, Kamp Koral is a silly, fun time. It has that irreverent humor and just strangeness about it, like SpongeBob has. It's definitely not some of the best SpongeBob material. That really has to go to, like, the first couple seasons of SpongeBob, and honestly, the first 2 films. And I'm going to be talking about Sponge on the Run, but I absolutely love Sponge Out of Water and the original SpongeBob movie. So some of that stuff really works. This is some solid SpongeBob, and it's a fun time. And, the 3D animation looks good. It's a fresh, different look at it, and I think it works. But those are my thoughts on Kamp Koral. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.